Today, I'm working as an extra on the sequel to Wall Street. Wall Street, the city never sleeps. The irony isn't lost on me. It's been 20 years since I did my first principal part on the original Wall Street. Today, I'm a lawyer type since I'm too old to play a trader. The large holding area is filled with wall-to-wall rows of long plastic tables and chairs. Oy, it's strange being here. I don't like it. I'm tapped on the shoulder. Come with me, please. Ugh, it's one of the makeup artists. I've been caught. I always hide from the hair and makeup people. I hate having tons of makeup globbed on my face. For what? Standing next to the makeup chair, I demand, like the hardened extra I've become, I don't want any makeup. I don't need it. No one's going to see me. I'm an extra. Oh, I'm just going to touch you up. Fine. I take a seat like a spoiled child in a huff. Mean, you're being. Her fault not. Her job she's doing. Okay. I take 3 long, slow breaths. Sip my water. I calm down. The makeup artist and I begin chit-chatting. Well, that's what you do in the makeup chair on TV and movie sets. I mention, oh, I was a trader in the original Wall Street. Oh my God. She stops working on my face. Does Oliver know you're here? Uh, no. You have to tell him. No. He wouldn't remember me. It's been 20 years. I'm taken aback by her overzealous outpouring of emotion. Oh, but he loves seeing people he's worked with. You have to tell him. Okay. I change the subject. When we're broken for lunch, the make-up woman materializes like a magician, made her appear out of thin air and points. Look, look, it's Oliver. Oliver's at the dessert table. Go say hello. Yeah, no, I don't want to. I don't think she gives me, go, just go. Against my better judgment, I head over to the dessert table where Oliver Stone is deciding between, a piece of pecan pie or the chocolate chip cookies. This guy is so imposing and intimidating. He's got that military energy like my dad when he was in a bad mood. I feel ridiculous. I mean, come on. Then it hits me. Channel Dad. Channel the Colonel. What would the Colonel do? Would Dad, who fought the Nazis under Patton, be intimidated by Oliver Stone? I don't think so. In my best military voice, Oliver Stone, Jill Dalton, do you remember me? I sound ridiculous. I mean, why don't I just salute Jill Dalton reporting for duty? Without looking up, he answers, no. I was a trader in the original Wall Street. No response. He doesn't look up. Heat starts to rise from my lower spine, heat that strikes without warning like a blowtorch up the entire length of my back, shoots out the top of my head. My skin turns clammy. My face flushes a deep shade of scarlet. I hate these stupid hot flashes. The least bit of stress triggers them. At some last-ditch effort to make contact. My ex-husband did locations? No. Now what? If only the floor would open up so I could disappear. Why? Why did I listen to that stupid makeup woman? I can't think of anything halfway intelligent to say, so, well, I just wanted to say hello. With that, he looks up at me, studies my face. Time has been very kind to you. I want to say something profound, but my mind is blank. Thank you. I turn, walk back to my seat. I'm so embarrassed. Why? Why did I agree to do this stupid job? It's been 20 years, 20 since I did my principal part on the original Wall Street. You're a loser. A 57-year-old woman sitting in a packed holding area, having horrible hot flashes. I need the money, okay? I squeeze myself back into my chair that's wedged in between two actors eating their lunch. Excuse me. Sorry, sorry. The other actors at my table grill me. What'd he say? Nothing. No. What did he say? What did you say? Nothing. What happened? Nothing. My shame explodes like the heat from my hot flashes. This is torture. I want to cry. I want to go home. I can't believe I'm 57 doing extra work. Of course, he didn't remember me. Why would he? In the past 20 years, he's made 16 movies, movies that have been nominated and won Academy Awards, Golden Globes, JFK, Nixon, The Doors, Born on the 4th of July. The list goes on. What have I done in the past 20 years? Let's see. Oh, I put my now ex-husband through law school. He left me for the bright lights of Hollywood. I built an unknown color forecasting company from nothing into the #1 color company in America. They fired me. I moved into the hospital room with my mother for 6 weeks, tried to save her from lung cancer. I cooked macrobiotic food for her that she wouldn't eat, did visualization exercises with her, bargained with God to save her. She died anyway. I went to therapy, discovered I was an adult child of alcoholics. When Dad called and begged me to come home, did I go? No. Dad died alone in his bedroom on his knees like he was praying. On his bedside table was a loaded revolver and a paperback copy of They Tore Up My Heart and Stomped That Sucker Flat. With some of the money Dad left me, I paid for my divorce because Henry was never going to pay. I was devastated, lost, angry, terrified. I found myself on my knees. Um, you probably don't remember me. It's been a while. I need your help. I'm alone, over 40, unemployed. I did stand-up comedy for 4.5 years, went broke, went bankrupt. I wanted to die. My stomach hurt from the time I got up until the time I went to bed. Couldn't eat, couldn't sleep, lost 10 pounds. Everyone said, Jill, you look fantastic. I was determined to get well no matter what. Like the Colonel said, when a Dalton makes up their mind, that's it, done. That's a Roger. I sat in 12-step meetings for 5 years. I shared, cried, worked the steps, worked the room, forgave, cried again, surrendered, let go, let God, cried some more. I cried so much, I was afraid my tears would never stop. But little by little, I began to see a glimmer of hope, a light at the end of a long, dark tunnel. I spent my life being the good girl, trying to please everybody by pretending to be who they wanted me to be so they'd like me. I was in a deep, dark hole, had to dig myself out from under all this conditioning from society, my family, the South, Walt Disney. I came to understand that these expectations that looked so perfect on paper, the job, the marriage, were killing me. Being a good codependent, I was loyal to a fault, too insecure to leave. Those false expectations didn't serve me, so the universe took them away. To the outside world, it appeared I'd lost everything. But on a deeper level, I found myself and got to keep my rent stabilized 1 bedroom apartment on the Upper West Side. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Then one day I noticed, huh, my stomach didn't hurt anymore. Somehow I'd managed to heal myself, to love myself enough to let go of the past and move on. So maybe, maybe that's what Oliver Stone saw. Even though he probably meant I looked good for being 20 years older, maybe he recognized soul to soul a person who's worked hard to become an authentic, whole human being, a person full of gratitude for all the crap they went through and managed to come out on the other side. Yes, time has been very kind to me. If he only knew. Thanks for watching, you guys. I I hope this episode wasn't a bummer. It's embarrassing, but that's showbiz, and sometimes showbiz sucks. Thanks for being here. I really appreciate all your love and support of the channel. Please like and subscribe. If you haven't already, it's free. Hit the notification button and share. Be sure to leave your questions and comments below. It really helps the channel, and I love reading and responding to them. I learn so much from you guys. And I want to give a special shout out to everyone who bought me a coffee or a special thanks. Kevin K., you are awesome. Thank you. Also to all my monthly subscribers, thanks so much. Means the world to me. Okay, I have questions for you. 1, have you ever had an embarrassing work moment that later felt like a turning point? 2, if you could tell your younger self one thing, what would it be? Don't go into show business. All right, questions and comments from you guys. Alrighty, Time Runner asks, could you do an episode on what happened to you and what you saw during the pandemic in New York City? I am going to do an episode about that because I was doing Broadway when COVID hit. We were in previews and we had to shut down. It was such a unique experience. That whole time was just crazy. So yes, I'm going to do one about that. I think it'll be really interesting. All right. Okay, this I love. This is from R-MP5FO. And they said, gotta get this wonderful channel to 100,000 subscribers. I agree. That would be incredible. I think I'm going to need to use the secret on this. So maybe you guys can help with that. All right, Phil M. Oh, this is funny. He said, Pothole to a Pot of Gold. That actually is a great title. Hmm. I could always change the thumbnail. They let us do that. It might be worth a try. It'd be interesting. So Phil says, I had a question on how residuals work. How is the money organized for ongoing residuals? Does a company hold money in a trust or is it a pay as you go situation? Well, I do know that companies have to put up money. I think it's called a bond before they can, hire SAG actors and work under SAG's jurisdiction. So that I know. But I have to say, residuals are a mystery to me. And I have often asked myself those same questions. So I Googled it. How do residuals work for actors? And this is what Google had to say. Residuals for actors are calculated using complex union mandated formulas that consider factors like the type of production. So that just means like they all pay differently. Like commercials pay the best per minute on screen. Then you've got TV, motion picture, industrial, etc. And then it depends on how the medium is distributed. Is it on TV, a streaming service, a DVD? Then it says contract terms from the year of work. That just means SAG contracts change. We always are upgrading our contracts, or we're going on strike. So it depends. It's based on the contract that you're working under that year. And it says also the project's revenue on audience size. The specific rates and calculation methods are determined by industry unions, such as SAG-AFTRA, and are applied by studios and producers with payments often distributed quarterly. Then it says, this was always my question. Who calculates and distributes residuals? I mean, I'm wondering, does SAG even know what's going on? Is this just the studios coming up with random numbers? I ask, who calculates and distributes residuals? Number one, it says studios/producers. They are responsible for gathering the necessary data and calculating the residual amounts according to union rules. Number two, industry unions, unions like SAG-AFTRA, receive the payments from producers and distribute them to qualifying performers. So that says to me, SAG is not figuring out anything. They receive the payments from producers. And then it also has number three, payroll companies/administrators. These entities often handle the logistics of distributing payments and ensuring compliance with guild regulations. I mean, actors, we don't see anything. These days, we get money just deposited into our checking account. And if you want to see which project the residual came from, you have to go into your SAG account and then you click on there's a residuals portal and it will show you, but it doesn't show you how the money was calculated. So this, for example, is from my portal. I clicked on it today. And as you can see, there's a wide, wide range from 1 cent all the way up to, whatever. And they take out almost 50% out of residuals in taxes. Yeah, so it's a big mystery. Okay, W. Peters, do you think the Chicago art buyer was telling the truth when she said she'd been paying some other actress who looks like you for the commercial? How would that happen? And did some other actress take money under false pretenses? Yeah, that's another good question. One I often wondered about. And the truth is, who knows? We will never know. She could have been covering for the company, knowing full well that they were not paying me when they should be. Maybe that's why she didn't appreciate me contacting SAG, because that meant SAG was going to start asking questions. And I think that could be why I got my money so quickly. Yeah. I mean, the company was Slim Shady from the beginning. When you work on so many different sets for years and years, you start getting spidey senses and you can kind of smell when something is off. And that's where be prepared comes in. Oh, this is kind of funny. I once had a friend tell me that if she were in a foxhole, she'd want me to be in there with her. And I think that's a compliment. I'm not sure, but yeah. Oh, this is interesting. Emerald Green says she's been watching reruns of old favorite TV series. She wondered which older comedy series I like, which characters and why. She loved Seinfeld, The Office, 30 Rock, and Cheers, and recently The Good Place and Resident Aliens. Resident Aliens, I don't even know what that is. I'll have to look into that. Well, I go back a little further. I too love Seinfeld. Who didn't love Seinfeld? But I liked Mork and Mindy because of Robin Williams. I'd never seen anything like it. I thought he was fantastic. I liked Ellen because, well, because she came out on TV, which was at that time. I think she lost her show because of that. I liked Friends because they lived in New York City. I just thought it was so fun how this group had this camaraderie in the big city. I found that fascinating. I love that. I would have loved to have that. So I also loved Roseanne before she became crazy. I'd never seen a show like that. Working class, very funny. Laurie Metcalf was in that, and she was great on that. I loved Will and Grace, especially Megan Mullally as Karen Walker. She was insane, and I adored her. I also loved Grace Under Fire, which was Brett Butler. When I was doing stand up, she was ahead of me. I would watch her do stand up, and I was like, oh my God, give this woman a show. And they did. They listened to me, I guess. All right, Mary Tyler Moore. I love that show because it took place in New York City and it was funny and it was a woman. Sonny and Cher. I freaking loved Sonny and Cher because Cher, come on. Well, first they were funny. Also, Cher so glamorous. She's wearing those Bob Mackie gowns, and it was music from my generation that I knew and I could sing to. And I adored Laugh-In and All in the Family. I mean, it didn't get better than Edith and Archie Bunker. Those guys, it was cutting edge. And recently I binged Leanne on Netflix, which I loved. She is just so funny and she's just adorable. I adore her. I also loved the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour, which was canceled by CBS in 1969 because the brothers, they had so many conflicts with the network. They were very politically provocative. They were fabulous, and so they got canceled. They're not the only show to get canceled. I mean, Bill Maher, when I used to like Bill Maher, when he did Politically Incorrect, he was canceled by ABC because he made remarks about the hijackers after 9/11, telling us that they were from Saudi Arabia. Hello. So he got canceled. Lou Grant, I had forgotten this, was canceled by CBS in 1982 because he was very outspoken politically and he opposed US policy in Central America. So let me see who else was recently canceled. Hmm. Oh, yeah. Jimmy Kimmel Live on ABC. They said he was suspended indefinitely. They didn't like the comments that he made about someone. I'll just say that. But hello, guess what? People just canceled their subscriptions to Disney like crazy. by the millions. They were losing so much money. And also a person or a family, I guess, that had scheduled a $100,000 Disney wedding, they canceled that. There were people that had like $10,000 Disney vacation packages, birthday packages. They canceled those. There were Hollywood directors that said, we're not working with you anymore. Big Hollywood stars who said, we're not working with you anymore. So, hello. Jimmy returned to the air this week. I watched his show on YouTube. It was wonderful. He also called out the government, saying that threats to silence comedians is anti-American. That's right. Power to the people. Power to the people. Power to the people. All right, I think that's it for this week. And I will see you guys next Sunday. All right. Mwah. Love you guys. Later. We have the power. They just don't want you to know it.